Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Real Talk Live with Arnett D. Love. Listen, I had completely forgotten that today would be Father's Day and we were supposed to start our new season today. So we're going to postpone that and we're going to just start next Sunday because I didn't want to start on the holiday. And yes, this is a holiday. And for those of you who don't think so, just remember without your father, whoever he may be, you would not be here. It would not be you. If it was somebody else, trust me, you will not be you. And we have to take that into consideration when we start putting down our parents, and just because they're not who we would think they should be or who we would hope they should be, they're still our parents, and without them we would not be. So I want to say happy Father's Day to all of the fathers out there, whether you're good or bad or indifferent. You have accomplished your reason, and that is to have the kids that you have. And I want to say thank you, and I hope you enjoy your day. We can't be hard on individuals or because we're not perfect. No one is. We're going to have our own mistakes. We're going to, make errors at times. And it's a thing that we have to remember. Excuse me, we have to remember to forgive. And I know for some it's difficult, myself included, but we have to continue to push forward to forgiveness. We have to pray for forgiveness and pray for our unforgiveness and repent for that. And I just want you to know, don't put down your parent just because they're not the parent that you think they should be. Happy Father's Day, okay? And I am the type of person that I never taught my kids that I was their father and their mother and their father. No, I am the mother, and I take my role very seriously. And there may be some things that I had to teach them that maybe their father couldn't teach them, but that doesn't make me their father. I may have took primarily care of them, but that didn't make me their father. So I always made sure my kids knew who the father was and who the mother was. And we're not going to get it confused. I am not both of them and don't want to be, don't desire to be. It is important for your child to have a male figure, for your females children to understand how you should be treated or how they should be treated by a male by watching their father or the father figure, how their male child can learn how they need to behave as a male, as a growing adult into a male by watching their father or a male figure. So I never wanted to ever assume the duties of my kid's father because I am not the father. I don't know how it feels to be a man. I don't know the reactions to certain things of being a man. So I just, always just taught them the different. I am the mother. There may be some things I may have to teach you, like taking out the trash. Excuse me, y'all. Y'all know these sinuses, like taking out the trash, but it's important that we teach our kids the difference. It's important that they know who their father is and who their mother is, and if the roles. I do believe in certain roles because certain things I don't want to do. I don't want to do any yard work, and I do believe that my boys need to be out there cutting the grass and cutting down tree branches and all that stuff. Even though I do it, like tomorrow, I will be out there in the morning, bright and early, chopping some branches down and stuff like that. But and I do it because I am more observant of what's going on around my house, the wiring and stuff like that. And my kids, I don't think they would be as observant as I am. And that's the only reason I do it myself, because to make sure that it's done without any distractions or incidents and accidents, okay? But I still, want them to understand that you're taking out that trash. If you're around me, you're taking out the trash. The only way I'm taking out the trash if I'm the only hands in this house, But you teach your kids what you want to teach your kids, okay? I prefer to teach mine the kind of old-fashioned way, and ain't nothing wrong with that. And I ain't gonna say anything wrong with what you doing, because I mind my business. I don't know about anybody else, but I live to mind my business, okay? Now, for those of you who run around, I'm so bundled up. I'm sitting in here in my office, and it is cold. It is freezing cold, and normally I don't like to come to y'all with a blanket on, but honey, it is cold, all right? And yes, I have not a drop of makeup, not even lipstick, not even lip gloss, baby, and I am just, woo, still looking like I look when I put makeup on. That is God. That is not but God. That's God. But yeah, let's get back to Father's Day. So what did y'all do for y'all father today? What did you do for your husbands, even your brothers, even your sons? What did you do? Let me tell you what I did. I called all of my father figures and my father to wish them a happy Father's Day, because we're not around each other. I really couldn't take him out or anything, but I called my dad, and then I text my uncle. I put up a little post for them, letting them know that they were my team, because sometimes it takes a team, it takes a village. And so I wished them all a happy Father's Day, because you get something different from everybody. Excuse me. Sometimes you need a little help from your friends. So it's all good. And I just want to wish everybody that contributed to my life, to where I am, to what I have accomplished. I wanted to wish them a happy Father's Day and give them their just due, because that is what I do. Okay. Now, let's talk a little bit about something else. I mean, not to diss the fathers, but I can't spend all my time talking about these daddies on there. I hope y'all been some good daddies, and if you haven't been good daddy, you still deserve the congratulations and the happy Father's Day, because you did what you were supposed to do, and that was procreate, baby. Okay, so now, like I said, we're gonna start our new season on next week, because I just didn't want to start it today. I was out busy. And guess what? In honor of Father's Day, I had me some fried crabs. Oh my goodness. And I normally don't eat three servings of fried crabs, because they come double. So I normally don't eat but two. I normally eat just 4 crabs, but today I saved room. I was like, I wasn't going to eat. Excuse me. I wasn't going to eat this morning. I wasn't going to eat. I wasn't going to drink. I wasn't going to do anything, baby. I was going to save room for my crabs. And I thank God I was able to consume all of them, because I really don't like to save any of them. Okay. And so I just want to say, listen, you just never know when someone is going to be taken from you, or when somebody is going to leave your life. Let me say that. And we just have to remember to love on everybody. You don't want to be disappointed. You don't want, excuse me, you don't want to have any regrets. So just love people while they're here with you, okay? Just love them while they're here with you. Love them, through your trials and your tribulations. Still have to love them. I understand they're just going to be, now listen to me when I tell you, they're just going to be some times when it's just not going to work. There are going to be some times when it's not going to work. It's going to be some times when, excuse me, y'all. It's going to be some times where you just cannot make amends. And, you're going to have to just deal with that. You're going to have to agree that that's just how it's going to be. But if there's any chance that you can, go ahead and do it. If you think you're going to have any regrets, go ahead and do what it takes to make amends in that relationship. You won't regret it. And me telling you this is a big deal. Do you hear me? It is a big deal, because excuse me, y'all, because I have an issue. I think I told y'all before. I have an issue with unforgiveness. I have a hard time letting stuff go. You know, I'm better now, but I had a history of a hard time letting stuff go, and I would rather just cut the person off. I would just rather stay away from the individual, not deal with them, and all that stuff. But that is not what we're supposed to do. We are supposed to make amends. We are supposed to go to our brothers and sisters and discuss whatever it happens. And excuse me, excuse me. If we cannot do it ourselves, we are supposed to take a mediator, someone to intervene on what's going on. And so, but a lot of us don't do that, and I'm included. Like I say, I normally just get gone. I always feel like if you don't treat me right, excuse me, if you show me that you don't want me to be in your life, I oblige you. That's what I believe in. But really, we're supposed to take that to the individual and let them know that this is what we need to do. I apologize. You know, can we make it better? Can we make it right? And then if they don't want to do that, you have done your part. And what we supposed to do, as if anything that people don't want to hear from you that's righteous, is excuse me, shake the dust from your feet. That means go on about your business, okay? And normally I skip that first part, and I want to just go on about my business, but that's not the way that we're supposed to do it. So, you know, like I said, I am a lot better nowadays, and I thank God for that, because prayer changes things. And I do pray to be more like Him, to be more righteous, to be more following into His footsteps. I pray constantly to help me be quick to forgive, you know, and some things you just have to pray. Fasting and prayer. Fasting and praying is the only thing sometimes that can get rid of certain demonic things. So fasting and praying. And so I do a lot of that. So I just want to put that in your spirit about that forgiveness. Y'all have to excuse me, I don't know what's going on. Excuse me. And no, I'm not sick. And we're not even going to claim it, right? But I'm not sick. My sinus is just acting up. And I'm glad this is not my new season with all this coughing and all that. But this too shall pass. The healing has already been done. This is just a process, right? So we have to pray. So we're gonna wish happy birthday to all of the fathers, whether they've been good, bad, or indifferent. And we're going to pray for forgiveness. We're going to pray for our enemies. We're going to repent and pray for our unforgiveness, right? And so that's what we're doing on this little episode, this little final episode. We're remembering our friends. We're remembering to ask for discernment. We're remembering to listen to and pay attention to the red flags. I'm just trying to go a little backwards, you know, about some of the things that we covered through the last season. We're remembering all of those things to not ignore certain things, because we are revealed. Some things are revealed to us, and a lot of times we get in trouble because we do not take heed to them. And so that's what we need to do. Okay, start taking heed to the things that are happening around us, so that we won't get ourselves in, you know, more trouble, or a ditch that we don't want to be in, that we could have avoided. And so that's what we want to do. Another thing that I think we discussed this past season is what we do for others, when we take away from ourselves to do more for other people. And that's one of my faults, my downfalls. I call it a downfall, and a lot of people wouldn't call it a downfall. I call it a downfall because most of the time when I'm trying to do things for other people, trying to help other people, a lot of times I get burned. A lot of things don't happen the way it should when I, try to help other people. So I think that's one of the things that I'm going to kind of slack up on during this new season. And that is going out my way to help people, you know, um, because it's just some people just don't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Some people just really don't appreciate it. I know y'all remember I was giving out blankets, and I had so many blankets. I was giving out blankets, and I would find my blankets just around town and stuff like that. Where they done left the blankets and stuff. I don't give out blankets for you to leave in the street, because I'm not trying to contribute to the garbage on the road and stuff like that. I give out blankets so that you'll be warm at night and stuff like that. So it's almost like you want to help people, but they don't appreciate it. So, I just gotta pray over it some more, and just, let the Holy Spirit move me, because I find myself, helping people that really are not grateful, don't want any help. But it's all good. Listen to me. It's all good, and it's all going to work out in the end. So we're going to just be mindful that people who don't want your help, you just ask for discernment so God can show you, and you can go ahead on and move forward and move ahead, and don't waste your time at that stop. In better words, don't waste your time at that stop. So we're talking about, things that we discussed in the past, remembering that everybody isn't your friend. Everybody don't wish you well. You have to listen to a lot of the things that people say to you, and you don't have to get upset about it. You just pay attention and know how to approach it the next time. People say, a lot of times they will say what they feel, and they may use it in a joking manner, but it's not a joke. Take heed and then handle, approach like situations in another manner. You know what I'm saying? What else I want to say? Of course, y'all know that. Let me see. Yeah, during last season, I won election. I won the election for school board. So grateful to be working. It is a lot of work. It's not easy. A lot of tough decisions already. Soon as you get started, and but one thing I want you people to be reminded is that this didn't make me. Being elected didn't make me. I was always Minister Love. I was always on Nat D Love. I was always somebody that was advocating and an activist for other people. Always, before I even thought about running, I was calling press conference about the violence in the city. I was going to city council speaking on behalf of organizations. So I was always doing something. People knew me still that I don't know. And so it's like, I don't want y'all to get it twisted, because I think some people don't understand that I was who I am before I took an oath to be an elected official. I was already somebody that worked boots on the ground in the fields, influencer. I was already that person. I was the person that people would walk up to and put money in my hand to help my cause of giving, people that the boost that they need to accept themselves and love themselves and stuff. So we want to make sure that we don't let our situations change us. You understand? Be who you are always. Don't change because of a certain status. And so that was never me, the type of person that changed because of a certain status. So If you don't know me, you need to try to pay attention to my videos, because you're going to know I'm always who I am. I was always influential. I was always getting invited to the parties. And if I wasn't invited to your party, that's because somebody had something personal against me. And if someone had something personal against me, guess what? That was on their part. It wasn't anything I did to them. And then we have to understand that there are going to be some people that are not going to like you because of you. Nothing you did to them. It's just that their spirit doesn't deal with your spirit. Don't click with it. It clashes. And they can't take being around you. It makes them feel better when you're not in the area. You're not around them. You know what I'm saying? And you just going to have to deal with that just like they're going to have to deal with it. It's not always necessarily something you did to somebody. They just can't deal with being around you. So we have to accept that. And I definitely accept it, couldn't care less. Could not care less. You hear me? So we have to remember that. You're not gonna always do something to someone and it's gonna have an explanation. Sometimes you're just not gonna understand. It's not gonna be an explanation all the time why people don't deal with you, and even vice versa, why you don't deal with some people. There are just gonna be some people that you don't want to be around, and you have to be okay with that. But I make a conscious effort to not discriminate against anybody, especially if it's something personal within me. If someone hasn't done anything to me, there is no reason for me to treat them ill-mannered, okay? Maltreating people just because of something that's in you that you can't deal with. You know, I wasn't raised to be a jealous woman. We weren't raised to be jealous children. If we didn't have, we just didn't have. We made do with what we had, and that's how I am as an adult. If I don't have it, I just don't have it. I'm just going to make do with what I got as an adult. And so that was some of the things we talked about this past year. We're going to have new topics, and, you know, I'm going to continue to try to encourage everybody. Listen, if it's something about your weight that you don't like, let's talk about that, because I talked about this before. If it's something about your weight that you don't like, change it. See, I don't need nobody talking to me about my weight, because I know what I need to do, and I know what I need in order to do it, you know. And I'm so grateful right now that my weight hasn't presented any health, you know, issues with me for the most part. So I'm like, you know, I know that I need to get busy and start working out and moving around and all that stuff. Yes, absolutely. But I have my reservations of who I talk to about me and about my weight and about my health, okay? And one thing about me, I do go to the doctor, and I can discuss all that with them. So, you know, unless I ask you, for the most part, I ain't trying to discuss it with you. And then one thing about me, if you haven't shown me where you have lost a significant amount of weight the right way, meaning the natural way, I'm not going to talk to you about no weight loss. I'm telling you that right now. I don't talk to people that's already been skinny all their life, and I don't talk to people that's heavy set. And you can call me what you want to, but if you haven't set, you better show me where you have lost a significant amount of weight to get to that heavy set stage right there. That's just how I am, and because I feel the way I feel. I always felt that way even when I was in the military. If it don't work for you, if it's not working for you, you're not going to convince me that it's going to work for me. Leave me alone. That's just how I am. That's all right. Okay? So anyway, we're going to start this new season, season 5. We're going to start season 5 next week, and it's going to be better than ever. We're going to have some different things going on. And like I said before, We're gonna have some gas, some more gas. We're gonna have some moving around and all that stuff. I'm gonna try to make it more exciting for us. This right now was just us talking, recapping. We're gonna talk about relationships a little bit more. What else we're gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about um, just some more titles. Matter of fact, if y'all have anything you want to talk about, get with me and we can bring that up. And if you want to be a guest on the show during season 5, get with me by being a guest, okay? Because I think that's who I need to engage with anyway. The people that I talk to on a day-to-day basis. And I know y'all gonna watch this show. I know it, and I can't wait to hear some of your comments and whatnot. But we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna have more food. Y'all know, if y'all don't watch my eating videos, go to my regular page. Go to my regular page, and you can see me when I go out and taste food and stuff like that. That way you can kind of get an idea of where to go to try some of this food. All right, listen, I'm going to let y'all go. Once again, happy Father's Day to all of the fathers out there. Remember that God loves you. I love you. Make sure you love yourself. Then you can go on and properly love someone else. Until we shall meet again, may you be blessed tremendously. And listen, y'all see I don't have no makeup on. I don't look too much different from when I wear makeup. To me, that is a huge feat. I do not want to look totally different when I put on makeup. So when I meet somebody and I take my makeup off, they be like, who that is? But I thank y'all so much. Have a wonderful week. Be blessed.